Hello, welcome back to Tarot by Lodestone Productions, where we help you discover your true north. I am Aditi, and this is a message for whenever this message reaches you, because Spirit is not bound to our time and space continuum, and so the only time by which we tell time is divine time. Dig what I'm saying? So let us check our spiritual voicemail. Let's do that one more time and see what's what. Shall we? Let's. Here we go. All right. Oh, okay. First up, Queen of Discs, 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, and Queen of Cups. There are some questions about either your willingness or your ability to nurture. Okay, you got two queens and two tens. Yeah, overall, like there's some restriction with how you see, because there's restriction with how you see yourself as being capable of providing like queen type energy around you. Okay. The thing is, this, whether it was projected or self-imposed, at this stage in the game, it really doesn't matter. Like, the big thing about this is that you have reached an end to this particular energy, right? And the queens are here. Wow. And it's the soft, oh, I'm hearing it's the soft skills, because you've got Pentacles and Cups. So you've got your soft or your round suits on the outside, and your sharp or your hard suits in the center, like this. Because you've been dealt a raw deal and you've had to be in this hard energy, it's kind of kept you away from the softness of you, so much so that you kind of forgot where that is and how to tap into it. Yup. The Devil, Page of Cups, King of Wands, and Six of Swords. Hi, pretty kitty. Hello. All right. Yeah, so you kind of forgot how to do these things, how to operate this way, right? Making you think that you need to be in this. Come on, man. Come on, man. You and your tuchus. Come on. Yeah, just whip it around. Just whip it around. Yeah, there you go. See? Okay. So because of that, and it's got you thinking that, well, this is all there, it's all there is. It's not all there is. Okay, there's more to this. With the Devil and the Page of Cups here, this illusion of bondage, it was, there were layers, man. Lots of them, having you think that your work, your inner work, was elementary. This is just baby stuff. You've worked all this, you've done all this, and you've only gotten this far. You don't deserve A, B, and C. Like, you just need to stay stuck in this 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords energy, and just know that you will be forever separated from your nurturing side, whether it's nurturing your bottom line or nurturing the root of what is holding you here. But either way it goes, you haven't made the gains that you thought that you were supposed to make. And so there's this air of like believing this devil energy and really downplaying the work that you've done with the Page of Cups and getting to this Page of Cups level, right? Because the King of Wands, just being sexy for sexy's sake, like there's more than that. Like, you know, he's decisive and he's very charismatic, and you know, he's got I got the magic in me. Like he's you know, he's very much out there and like, you know, the figurehead and stuff. But even when you're the figurehead of something, what the audience doesn't see is that when the music fades and the instruments are put down, this is still a human being who's having to wrestle with their own self-inflicted thoughts, his own illusion of bondage, right? Just because he's wild and free on stage doesn't mean he's wild and free all the time. He has to work with his own imposter syndrome all day, every day, right? Six of Swords, right behind that, there's some separation here, okay? Separation between what you've been telling yourself and what you are currently telling yourself. Where you were versus where you are. Where you were versus where you are. Okay. There's calm. There's quiet. You're moving out of all of this tumultuous stuff and starting to see things, you know, make sense for you. What are you doing, man? You're starting to see things come together, make sense. You know, there's some ease about some things. So hallelujah to that. Goodness. All right. So we've got the Aeon, Three of Cups, Page of Wands, and Nine of Cups. Those things that you thought were gone forever, those traits that you had pushed so deep down into the cave of you and thought that they were just going to stay there, they're not going to stay there. Okay. They needed to take a back seat during this time of learning, the one that we talked about yesterday, this time of learning. They needed to because they needed to. But just because they were far from the surface doesn't mean that they're gone forever, right? When the Aeon shows up, it's like spirit coming in and tilling the soil that is you. You know, giving the sprouts an easier way to come up to the surface. So like getting in touch with the best parts of yourself that couldn't be up front because the conditions were too harsh are now finding themselves in a space where they actually can resurface. And with the messages and the lessons that you have learned during this harsh time, what you don't realize is that the softer parts of you were also being fortified. So while you had to be a hard ass and make these decisions that you wouldn't have made normally, right? Once that softer, more nurturing side comes back to the surface, number one, there are some boundaries that won't be crossed anymore. And those hard parts of you that you didn't want to cultivate but cultivated anyway are now serving as a bit of a safeguard so that the softness can grow and flourish without being chewed up by the ways of the world. This is, it's something that is worth celebrating with the Three of Cups. Finally, there is some peace. Finally, there is some justice. Finally, some things are going right. Oh my God, some things are actually gonna go right. Yeah. Worth celebrating. Okay? Worth it. With the Page of Wands, this is about living in the moment, right? The appreciation for exactly where you are without yearning for something in the future or looking back at something that has already passed. Seeing the present for the gift that it is and knowing that this moment is the only moment that matters. It makes the most of it, right? Because the Nine of Cups is also here. This is a happy time. Truly is. And so instead of waiting for like another shoe to drop, because remember, with the swords and the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands, that means that we're at the end of this difficult time. That's difficult mental and difficult physical time, right? It's done. There are no other shoes to drop. Oh, no other shoes to drop, which means that you can actually enjoy having some peace in your 3D life. Ace of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, and Death. Yeah, you can enjoy this happy time, right? Because we're watching that. You get to enjoy this happy time, and you also are going to enjoy new passions, which is going to lead to new action, which is going to lead to new opportunities for growth, which is going to change your life. Let me run that back again. This happy time, staying in this moment and recognizing these happy times, is going to ignite new passion, which is going to in turn cause new action, which is going to put you in a position to build new things, which is going to change your life. You really are at the end of this trying time, and this Queen energy that you've been sitting on this whole time, it's not dead, okay? At all. Not in the slightest. your new you, this new you, is going to come on through, and it's going to be fantastic. Just be present, because it's good here. Be present. You know, even for those whose life you think is going smoothly, nothing goes wrong for them. They're dealing with the same things that anyone else is. And instead of putting someone on a pedestal or holding someone aloft, as I held aloft my magic sword, instead of holding someone in this lofty position thinking that nothing ever happens to them, do not compare your life to other people. If you catch yourself doing it, stop it. Stop yet. We all got poop to do. And just know that you are actually living out right now the answers to your prayers. Remember when where you are now was just a pipe dream? If you're going to look back at something, look back at that. And remember that this Page of Cups energy is not anything to be sneezed at. This is actual work, actual representation of the work that you've done. And yes, you have work to do, sure. But enjoy the journey. 90% of the fun part of doing anything is the learning. You know, it's all a process. And we're here to learn how to do a job and how to carry it out. But there's some big changes coming up in our lives, man. And it's gonna spark some new stuff. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna work itself out. I truly believe it's gonna be kosher. But again, stay present. Enjoy where you are right now. And all of these other things are going to reveal themselves unto you in due time. All right. Thank you for taking the time to hang out with me today. And until we meet again, remember to be good to yourselves and to each other. I will see you next time. Bye now.